Hello and welcome along to the greatest edition of Greyhound Gold you will have ever seen, because it is Group 1 Galaxy and Perth Cup night, Brett
Christmas.
Honey. If you do not mind, it's as big as it gets. Great to have you back on board. No doubt you've been fizzed up and ready to go for a huge Saturday night out here at Cannington.
Yeah, fired up, Shorty. How good's this Group 1 Perth Cup field on Saturday night over the 520 metres, our biggest race of the year. And the Galaxy, probably a month ago, we didn't really know what kind of a field we're going to have for the Galaxy, but I think we've got to be really happy with the field. We got some really good times being run there on heat night. It was a fantastic set of 12 heats there, 8 for the Cup and of course 4 for the Galaxy last Saturday night. I know our run of the week is there, but really looking forward to this on Saturday night. Cannot wait. It's that wonderful time of the year.
Indeed, can't wait for it. Let's go back to last Saturday night though. One of the performances of the night was in race number 5, heat of the Perth Cup, and from box number 4, have a go at this. Trooper Tears pings out, gets up the track a little bit from box 4. Sunset Serengeti pushes through to second, and Mustang Timmy's there into third down the back, and that acceleration, Trooper Tears puts on the afterburners, goes bang. Throughout the course of the race, Sunset Serengeti holds down second really nicely. Mustang Timmy's still there in third, turning for home, and it's just times and margins. Trooper Tears goes on for a stunning win. Sunset Serengeti remains in second, Mustang Timmy third. Very little change in the run, but then you look at the scoreboard and understand why. 540, 18, 17, 29 and 39, if you do not mind. Well done to Robbie Britton and Connections. What a stunning performance from Trooper Tears.
Yeah, how good was it to watch? And how good is it to watch, fast dogs going fast on the arm. What's really interesting going into this week is that first 50 metres, he did want to get a fair way up the track. Looking back at some of his Victorian form, he's normally been a lot more straighter out of the boxes, in particularly early on in his career. So that's going to be interesting because he's got box 1 on Saturday night. And look, if he gets to first or second in running, he's probably going to look $1.10 there on Saturday night. But he's got to get there first. But yeah, that was classy what he did there on Saturday night. And 29.39. I think the only dog that's gone close to that this year has been Cubit Manelli. Might have gone around 38, just off the top of my head there. But yep, that's fast, Shorty. And yeah, there were some really good times running there on Saturday night.
Big style. We've been left with some great fields. The Group 1s are great, but the consolations are excellent as well. It's going to be a stunning night of chasing. Before that, though, we need to build a bank. Friday night, Mandurah. To kick things off, best bet on the card, race 4, number 5, Little Wildfire. This Greyhound looks to be a really nice young talent. Last night went around there at Mandurah and dropped a 22.29. Very slick, has a very bright future in store. Just needs to overcome the middle draw there on Friday night to take a stack of beating. And sticking with race 7, number 7, Sunset Hornet. The Hornet's been in a real purple patch of form over the last 5 or 6 weeks, and from box 7 should pose no problems. It's comfortable using a little bit of the track. So got amazing mid-race acceleration, this dog. So as long as it can stay out of trouble there out wide on the track, watch for it to zoom into the race and be very hard to hold out late. So a couple of key plays. Best race 4, number 5, Little Wildfire. Next best race 7, number 7, Sunset Hornet. I'll be rolling them up into multis on Friday night. Who do you like, Brett?
Yeah, good little card to get us going this weekend at Mandurah. My best bet, race 6, number 1, Barrio Beast. I'll be playing him each way because with a 7-dog field, you'll get a half decent price here to play in top 2, because we know all over cards will be a short favourite. I'm just hoping our Benson from box 2, who didn't really begin last week, but we know he can begin. I'm hoping he can put a little bit of pressure on all over Karja here in the early stages, and that might just give Beast a bit of room on the fence here. We know he loves the rail, and last week he was getting motoring, but there was just no room on the rail, but he still hit the line really well. Look, I thought if Karja gets away, I think he's just about a lock to run top 2 here, and that's the reason why he's a best bet. So if Karja gets into a bit of bother, for me, he becomes the favourite. If not, I'm pretty confident that from the red, he'll be getting to that top 2 spot, and we'll be able to get our money back. So race 6, number 1, Barrio Beast. And for a bit of value, I'm going to the same race as you, Shorty. I'm going race 7, number 8, West on Miley. I've been quite impressed with her. Sunset Hornet, I do note in that Great Western final a couple back from box 7 was just a little too eager to get over from box 7. That eventually cost him the race. He looked like the eventual winner, up the back. But with that in mind, Western Mile looks really comfortable from an outside draw, likes to use a bit of the track, and has run a really good time over both 400 and 488. So doesn't necessarily have to lead to win. And with some of the quality in this race, Shorty, I thought we might get a decent price. So race 7, number 8, Western Miley. Go race 6, number 1, Barrio Beast there Friday night.
All right, let's switch to Saturday night, the big night of chasing out here at Cannington. My best bet, I'm going to race 6, number 1, Bungee Man. No luck at all last week. Prior to that, he was one of the most consistent chasers in work here in WA. This dog fronts up week in, week out on a Saturday night and runs his backside off. He's a wonderful campaigner for connections. On a night where there's a lot of really good dogs that have been split out amongst the consolations and cup heats, finds himself perfectly placed in this particular event. I thought he was the standout bet on the card. Race 6, number 1, Bungee Man. Looking for a bit of value, sort of a 1x9 style of play here. Sage Stanil steps up to 600 in this race, race 3, and will be really hard to beat off box 1, particularly if it gets away and gets a good look at the arm. But I've been waiting for this dog for a number of weeks now to draw down near the rails, and it finally does. I speak of race 3, number 2, Wooden Hands. It's been running big races from unsuitable draws at big prices. I think back to the inside draw here, likely to be at a very nice quote again on Saturday night. I think at the very least that 1x9 style play looks an excellent way to go about it. And if anything goes wrong with Sage Stanil, I think it's still some sort of outside winning hope. So race 6, number 1, Bungee Man, the chips in job, and value. Race 3, number 2, Wooden Hands. How about your good self?
I'm going to go to the Perth Cup, Shorty. Why not? Let's throw one out. I'm going to team up with the local. Race 4, number 6, Sunset Frazier. We know Trooper Tears is going to be mighty hard to beat, but I've just got a few questions from box 1. And, he was the one that I thought, again, he looks the one to break the line. And something's got to get right there. He's going to run mid-29.60s. He's around that $4.80, $1.85 for a place. I think if he leads, if he's going to run mid-29.60s, he'll be unlucky to miss a place from there. But look, I think he might be able to get away here because I looked at the stronger dogs in the race. I'm really not sure where they're going to get to because Uncle Tommy's going to do his best to get over from 8. There's some wide runners drawn inside. It looked really messy for mine. So I've gone the early speed element. I can see that if a Trooper Tears got right there, we're probably in trouble. But, he's a good enough price here for the likely leader in a Perth Cup. So I'm going to go race 4, number 6, Sunset Frazier. And for a bit of value here, I'm bullish, Shorty. Race 1, number 7, Seriously Lush, $15 and $3.80 with Tab Touch. She served it right up to Uncle Tommy last week. You saw from box 4, she wanted to get up the track. Uncle Tommy from box 6 wanted the rail, and she wasn't quite able to hold him out, but he came again. She only missed by half a length, and that was to get into a Group 1 final. Box 7, I think, is really good from her. I know you like your box stat, Shorty. She's pretty decent from out there. There's a lot of speed here on the inside. They all want the rail. So I think Seriously Lush, she went 5.48 last week. She's a huge chance to lead here, and she's sneaky strong to the line. So at 15.380, yes please. Very keen there, Shorty. Race 1, number 7, Seriously Lush to go. Race 4, number 6, Sunset Frazier, going with a local in the cup.
Like it. Well done there, Brad. Great to see that you're learning too. Sometimes you just need to use these different tools to advantage.
Online bullying that I received last week for a somewhat misconstrued comment of mine there. I said I hate how much I'm referring to him. But yes, you just need to look at replays to understand that Seriously Lush will enjoy this outside draw. My eyes can do that. Don't need stats for that.
Okay. It's good if you use them hand in hand. That's like we all like to do it differently though, punters. That's the beauty of the form elements. Of course, if you can't make it here trackside on Saturday night, and crazy if you can't, change your plans to make sure you can. But if you do not, make sure that you tune into TAB Radio between 6 and 10 o'clock on Saturday night. We'll have a live broadcast here. We'll make you basically feel like you're at the track. We'll speak to all of the key trainers, connections right throughout the course of the night, analyse all of these big races, speak to some of the key winners post-race. It's going to be wonderful coverage. We don't get the opportunity to do it all that often, but with just the country harness meeting that will be taken through that 4-hour period, it will be a one-stop shop when it comes to Perth Cup and Galaxy night right there on TAB Radio. But please do your very best to get here on track on the night because it is going to be spectacular. If you can't make that night, get down to Mandurah on a Thursday or a Friday or indeed any of our other meetings. Head to Greyhounds WA and make a booking very, very soon. That's the big edition of the Perth Cup and Galaxy Group 1 final night covered here. Make sure you tune in again this time next week for our next edition of Greyhound Gold.